Okay, for this next data point of forming the complete picture of your zone, we're going to take a look at Rocket Fuel by Gino Wickman. So this is an optional test for you to do, or you can just take a guess at what you are. And so the premise of this is from a book called Rocket Fuel, and the book talks about the one essential combination that will get you more of what you want from your business. So essentially, it takes a look at all the fastest growing and most successful companies in history, or it takes a look at a lot of them. And what it teaches, the philosophy is that in every fast growing company, there's two people primarily. There's what's called a visionary, and there's what's called an integrator. So this test, why it's called Rocket Fuel, because it says that the visionary and the integrator are opposite personalities. But when they come together, that opposite fuel combines together to create rocket fuel. And together, it's the specific combination that blasts things off as fast as it does. So an example of this is like Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Okay, so let's take a look at what those differences are between the visionary and the integrator. Because if you take the test, it's optional. You will get a score as a visionary, and then you'll get a score as an integrator. And most entrepreneurs, the vast majority of entrepreneurs, are visionaries. There are some that are integrators, so this will help you just get aligned. It'll help you know your zone much better. So let's take a look at those differences right now. Okay, so the visionary is all about the big picture. They're seeing the vision. It's very easy for them to see, what things could be in the future, to paint a big vision. I mean, that's what's called visionary. Whereas the integrator doesn't have a natural ability to sense like the vision that clearly, but they're the ones that says, okay, here's the vision. Let's actually make it a reality. So visionary, big picture, integrator of like, let's actually make this a reality. And that's why the combination is so potent between them, because a visionary would just loves to live in the big picture and the big concept of things. But when it comes to the actual doing, day-to-day implementation, that's where it's a fight for the visionaries. And that's why it's helpful to have an integrator. So in the book, it talks about the visionary integrator combo can either be a partnership, but it doesn't have to be. It could be that it's a strategic hire that you make. It could be that you're the visionary and you hire, whatever it is. It's a CEO or even a project manager. In my SEO business, this was a key too, because I realized I was a visionary and I was like, I need an integrator energy. So part of the hiring process is I had applicants take this quiz, and I made sure that I had an integrator, because an integrator is going to love being in an integrator role. But a visionary would hate it. All right. So a couple things. Let's get more into visionary. Creating problem solver, innovation, connecting the dots, pulsing the industry and target market, external relationships, the big relationships that will move things forward. But on the flip side, their weaknesses are inconsistency. Every day consistent showing up. It's not the visionary's strong suit. Short attention span. They want the big, the excitement of the big picture. Reluctance to let go, resistance to following process. Foot on the gas pedal, going. Next thing. Whereas an integrator, it says thankless job. It's, sometimes seen as the pessimism. Like visionaries are wildly optimistic to a fault. And that's where even like my own self, I mitigate that. And I know that, okay, I'm naturally very optimistic, and that can be good, but taken too far, I need some integrator energy. And so that's why the integrator looks at like how things could go wrong. And it kind of feels like, oh, you're being pessimistic, but it's like their trait, that's why that balance of being optimist and seeing what could go wrong actually comes together and makes for the best explosion, because the integrator will point out things that the visionary didn't really see, or just didn't really want to focus on, because, wow, look at the vision. Okay. Says no a lot, can be accused of moving too slowly, because the visionary just boom is moving around. But the integrator is like, hey, we need to actually implement this into reality. So with this, depending on what you are, if you're a visionary, it helps you understand that, okay, these are the weaknesses. These are the weaknesses of a visionary, and this is where you want to surround yourself with the right people to fill those weaknesses for yourself. And if you're an integrator, for a lot of integrators, it's permission. It's like a relief of like, oh, I don't have to be a visionary, because the entrepreneurial narrative is speaking to visionaries. So if you're an integrator, it doesn't really match. So it's like you don't need to come up with the vision. Find some type of vision that you can connect to and then build that out, and that's really where you thrive. Okay? And you're doing the thing that, man, every visionary needs integrator energy, and every integrator needs visionary energy to have that complete package. So that's what you'll find, and make sure to note on what you are and help that formulate the complete picture of what your zone is. And that's what I've got for you in this video. See you in the next one.